All right, hi everyone.
Welcome back.
Welcome to the show. Sorry, it is Monday. Yesterday I wasn't feeling all that well. Still not feeling all that well. So he's gonna take the majority
Soft.
of it. Soft. Well, unlike the Flyers week.
What are we starting with? Flyers. Exciting week. They beat me. I said 5 points and they got 6. Well done. 89 points. 41, 20, and 7 on the year. Tied for first in the Metro. 4th in the Eastern Conference. 9 in a row. 9 in a row. Had 10 in a row a few years ago and then proceeded to lose 7 of 8. Let's hope that doesn't happen again. Wednesday, they beat the Capitals after falling behind 1-0. They go up 5-1, win the game 5-2.
That Travis Konechny goal was in, by the way.
Provorov have 2 points
garbage.
each.
Tom Wilson is also a dirty piece of crap.
He is dirty. Thursday, they beat the Hurricanes 4-1. Back at home, Lawton had 2 points. Saturday, they beat the Sabres in a lackluster effort, 3-1.
They still won.
Drew had 2 goals to extend the streak to 9. Week ahead. Tough week ahead. Tuesday, Boston on the road. City of Cheaters, here we come. Thursday, Tampa at home.
City of Chokers.
Both of these teams have more points than us.
City of Chokers.
Saturday, Minnesota at home. We will be in town for that.
City of Coldness.
Sunday versus the Oilers. We will be at the game. Excited to be there.
City of Sadness.
4 straight games coming up. I'm going to say we pull 5 out of the 8 points.
Well, when he said we'll be at the game, that's assuming they don't cancel it due to the coronavirus. So thanks a lot, guys.
The game will go on. 9 in a row. Could we be sitting on 12 when we go there? I hope so.
That'd be awesome.
Overall, the Flyers are the brightest spot in the city right now. It's a treat to watch them play well. Let's hope they can maintain it. Let's hope that they can do some damage in the playoffs.
Hopefully. Let's see. What else do you want to talk about with the Flyers?
That's all I got on the Flyers. I'm excited for the week ahead. Excited to get there and watch them in person.
Last week, we got 17 views.
Woo! Pretty soon we'll be at 20. Smell it.
But our Philly Fanatic rant video has like 203.
Hey, I could do a Philly Fanatic rant video every single week until this thing is solved because I'm disgusted by it.
Do you see some of Philly's giveaways that they're doing this year?
I have not, but let's save that for Phillies Talk.
We will. Go to the Sixers.
76ers continue to disappoint me on every level. 38-26. 6 in the East. 28-2 at home. 10-24 on the road. Locked into the 6th seed right now. I mean, you could move up to the 5th. We're looking at either playing Boston, Miami, or Indiana. Now, Sunday, we had a loss to the Clippers, 136-130. People are all excited, but the second period when we let the Clippers go on a 16-2 run ended that game. Tuesday, came out and played the Lakers. We lost 120-107. That was a 34-10 run in the second period that blew us out in that one. Thursday, we beat the lowly Kings. Who cares? They're the Kings. And Saturday, we lost a pathetic effort to the Warriors, getting outscored 118-114 and 36-24 in the fourth. So we took a crap in the third period last Sunday, in the second period last Tuesday, and in the fourth period. So we're spreading out the crap of how poorly we play. And I don't care that players are out. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of stinking. When our players were healthy, we still stunk. We should have been better then. And then we could have stemmed the tide here. But 38-26 is pretty pathetic for the talent that we have on this team. And there's no real upside because Simmons is a max player and Simmons can't shoot. And Embiid's a max player and Embiid can't stay in shape. And Horford's owed like $80+ million for 3 years, and it's almost untradeable because he can't play anymore. And Tobias Harris is a max player, and guess what? He's nothing more than a third wheel. And when it's time to come play and be the first wheel, he can't do it. So that's where we're stuck with. My feeling is Brett Brown gets fired this year. We go one more year with a new coach, and then we either have to get rid of Simmons or Embiid because the whole system will have failed at that point because we'll be 5 years in with those guys actually playing, 4 years in with those guys playing. Sixers, week ahead.
They suck.
The 1-3 road trip, which I predicted, could have easily been 3-1. Even without the guys. They had the Warriors game. They could have won the Clippers or Lakers game. Week ahead, we got 4 in a row coming up at home. Wednesday versus the Pistons. Embiid rumored to be coming back. Let's hope that he does. Saturday versus the Pacers. Huge game. That's a huge game in the standings to try to get home court still. And then I threw over the following Monday, the Wizards game, which we will be at and hopefully will be played. For those 3 games, All at home, there's no excuse to not win all 3 of those. But somehow we'll find a way not to. I'm just going to go with 2-1.
All right. Well, I don't even have anything to say about the 76ers. I'll save my voice.
Phillies, 12-5, first place in the Grapefruit League. What does that mean? Nothing. But congratulations.
Grapefruit League champions.
5-3 over the last 8 games. Thursday, March 26th is opening day at the Marlins. Stay healthy.
I gotta say, I'm concerned about Didi Gregorius. He's gone like 0 for 21, 0 for 22 this preseason. Not a good start for him. He's only struck out 4 times, I think, but still, that's pretty pathetic.
$14 million.
That's not good.
I don't know what the end game is with Gregorius. We signed him for 1 year. I mean,
I'm glad it's a 1-year contract.
Kingery is eventually gonna. What's the plan here, though? Kingery's going to eventually end up at second where he should be.
I think Kingery will end up at second.
There's still putzing around with that. Segura's at third, which he doesn't belong at. I hope Kingery starts at second. Segura's at third. And Gregorius is at short. But going into next year, 2021, who's playing short and who's playing third? You know, unless Alec Baum's definitely coming up and going to play third. But that's contingent on Hoskins actually doing something this year. Otherwise, Baum's going to be playing first.
Which will be another waste. Mikey Matuk, I think his name is killing the ball as of recent. He's probably going to be a minor league player to start out, but he had a home run today. He's looked good. The Phillies played their old catcher, Eric Kratz, who I didn't even know was still in the league. So that was entertaining. That game was actually on MLB Network for once, so you can actually watch a spring training game. This week ahead for the MLB, there's nothing more than preseason games. But MLB The Show does come out early releases for the 13th for all that pre-ordered it, on the 17th for all those like me that still go buy the disc. So yeah, there's not much else. I'm looking forward to that game.
Go over the promos that you were talking about.
Oh, okay.
For
So the Phillies promos, here, you can look at them. So the first one here is a Bryce Harper bobblehead.
Bryce Harper bobblehead. We have a better one riding on the back of the Philly Fanatic.
We do have that one. I'll come up here and then I'll show you them too. So there's the Bryce Harper one. You can kind of see it. Scroll over here. You got Tug.
That's a nice.
Tug. I like it.
Very good. I think they've made one like that before. I'm sure that's the alumni weekend giveaway.
That's really
40th good. Anniversary.
Who's going into the Manny Trio?
Manny Trio's going in.
This one's really cool. The holiday number statue like they have outside the stadium now.
I wish they sold those for all of the old players too.
Yeah,
do they?
That'd be cool.
I'd buy them all.
I would too. And then this one, I know it's on they know it's on a 2008 thing, but they're giving away a 1980 World Series replica ring. They'll fix it when the around part.
Oh, they are, huh? We have a replica ring.
We got it for like 99 cents.
Should wear it. No.
No?
More like $11.
Okay. Well, the 2008 one was like 99 cents plus like $11 shipping. So, anyways, those are the Phillies giveaways. They also have like a cool Philly or a Fanatic knit hat for his birthday, which is actually right and looks like the Fanatic, unlike the stupid stars he has now. I'm still salty about that and will be forever.
On to the Wings. They beat Georgia 12-11. Big win. Georgia was ahead of us in the standings. We're now 8-6, currently 8th in a log jam. 13 teams in the league. 9 of them are still battling for 8 spots. That's a good win against Georgia, though. 4 games left to go. Sunday versus New York. We see our first Wings game there. Hopefully, as long as the games are still being played. They better be. Barrage. We're still waiting for the location and times. May 30th opener. Seoul.
They're still not a team.
Interestingly, on Arena Football, though, I was researching some stuff on the Seoul today, and I looked up about 4 or 5 other leagues that I didn't even know were still in existence.
Yeah,
apparently, there's a Pennsylvania team that's playing in Harrisburg that's starting this year called the Pennsylvania Union. But there's a bunch of subsidiary leagues below the Arena Football League, but I can't even remember all of them.
Alrighty then, Eagles. The Eagles.
I actually wrote down some interesting facts for the Eagles as they bring back Marty Morningwig back as the offensive consultant. Now, Doug Peterson said they didn't need an offensive coordinator. Doug Peterson is the head coach / play caller. Press Taylor is the QB coach / passing game analyst. Rich Scangarello is the senior offensive assistant. Jeff Stoutland is the offensive line coach, run game coordinator. Deuce Staley is the running back coach, assistant head coach. Andrew Briner is the pass game analyst, and Marty Morningwig is the offensive consultant. So we have a head coach, two people that are the passing game analysts in Andrew Briner and Rich Scangarello. Press Taylor. Two people are pass game analysts. You have a QB coach, a senior offensive assistant, and an offensive consultant. I don't know what the difference between the two are. An assistant head coach. So when you look at this hierarchy, who's who? Besides Peterson, you would think Deuce Staley would be the assistant head coach would be number 2, but Morningwig is the offensive consultant, and Press Taylor is
existed.
How can we have 2 pass game analysts, 1 run game analyst, an offensive line, a running back, and assistant head coach? All this reeks of nonsense. Just nonsense. They've got 7 guys, and none of them really have defined roles, other than Peterson, who's the head coach. They're just inventing jobs. So, Eagles, I just wanted to say I'm open to be the 3rd passing game analyst if you need one, since you're making up positions. I would like to be hired as the 3rd passing game analyst, and Jackson here would like to be hired as the 2nd run game coordinator. So,
I am pretty good at Madden. I went 8-0 against my friends.
Yeah, and I think I'm qualified because we've got 7 offensive basic coaches here. Why not 2 more? 9 is better than 7.
Let me demo my run game analysis here. So I was playing a game against my friend, and I ran a run play to the right. Simple play. Michael Vick under center, right? Takes the ball, hands it to my running back, Bo Jackson. Pretty good running back, right? So he takes the ball, he jukes out one guy. My friend who is defending, he's got 4 of his Seahawk players coming up out of absolutely nowhere. He dives, hits Bo in the leg. Another hits Bo in the other leg. Bo somehow stays up. Now, here's where the analysis comes in. Bo's strong legs were able to power him through the 4 guys, because this is Madden. He stayed on his feet, stumbled, got up, and ran towards the end zone. No one could catch him because he's Bo Jackson. There's your running game analysis.
I wish Bo Jackson had played for the Eagles. That would have been awesome.
What, am I hired, Eagles? Come on.
Yeah, I think you're qualified based on that, to be honest. And I think I'm qualified to be the passing game analyst because I'm only the 3rd passing game analyst. So
what difference does it make?
3 of us, we might as well do it.
Do we get to go on the sidelines?
On to the Union, who tied 3-3.
Well, they lost.
Possibility for
Dallas.
We talked about that loss to
did?
FC Dallas where they got skunked 0-2. 3. Well, so we're up 1-0. Then it was 1-1. Up 2-1. 1 minute later, 2-2. Up 3-2. 2 minutes later, 3-3. You couldn't even celebrate the joyous shots. So we've got 1 point out of 6. A lot of people say LAFC is the best team in MLS. It's way too early to be making those determinations.
Why does LA have 2 teams?
Lost the lead 3 times. That goal that the defender, Jacob Glasner, scored was amazing.
Absolute banger.
35, 40 yards out. That might be one of the goals of the year. Andre Blake, please, every time you let in a horrible goal, stop complaining that somebody hit you or that it was somebody else's fault. Okay? The second goal was a good shot. I felt that you were too far out. You should have been closer to the line, would have had a shot on.
Probably would have run into
Third goal, the ball is all the way up in the air. You run out and punch it. Stay on your line. There's 7 or 8 players between the 2 teams right there battling for it. You then fall backwards. The ball gets kicked into you, deflects off of you into the goal, and you start arguing and looking around like it was somebody else's fault. It was your fault. Okay, you always come way too far out when you shouldn't. 3-3, it doesn't mean anything to me. 1 point is worthless. We have 1 out of 6 points. We should have won that game. We were the better team. And then, in the craziest of the game, there was 8 extra minutes in the first half and then 6 in the second half, to which they had a wide open breakaway in the 97th minute because the referee didn't stop the game at 96. It went well into the 97th and part of the 98th. They get a wide open shot. And somehow Blake actually made the save on that one. It's the ones that he comes out on that he can't save.
Something.
But how can you just continually give up so many good open looks? The defense failed. Hey, we scored 3 goals. Where were any of those goals last week when we played Dallas? Union, we're going to be there for your home opener Saturday. Please score
play
some goals.
El Seno for more than 20 minutes.
I saw a stat yesterday that last year, The Union, they showed it during the game. It was they were a plus 23 when he was on the field and a minus 15. There's a 38 goal difference. Look, I understand he may not be in the great shape and maybe he can't go 90, but my goodness, he needs to be able to play the back 45. If we're that much better with him on there, which we are, anybody who's watched the games, play him the whole second half.
Elsinio's a legend.
Coming in at the 70th minute isn't good enough. It just isn't.
I need an Elsinio jersey, dude. Possibly better than my favorite player ever. Well, he's not better, but more fun to watch than Sebastian Letou. Anyways, is there anything else that you want to talk about?
Nope.
Regarding the coronavirus.
I hope that the games are still on next week so that we can see them. Well, we'll see what happens. A lot of leagues are talking about playing without fans. We'll see. It'll be an interesting week. I don't know if we'll have anything to talk about next week. Hopefully we will.
Next week,
Item of the week.
Philly.
We will. We're heading out to Philly on Friday. So hopefully
we'll film in our hotel room.
We might do a bonus episode there based on how the games are going. So, item of the week, Mike.
All right, my item of the week is my Phillies first pitch ball from a long, long time ago. I have the video up on my channel, but here it is. If you want to go dig and find that video, you can probably just search Philly Jack's first pitch and you can find it. I was much smaller back then. I'm pretty sure legendary left fielder for the Phillies, Dominic Brown, hit a walk-off single in that game.
4-3 against the Nationals. Yep, 4-3 against the Nationals.
Jonathan
No,
Papelbon.
5-4. After Papelbon blew it, Jonathan Krappelbon blew it. 5-4. After we were up 4-3 in the 9th. We were filming that.
Yeah, we did film it. Like, the home run is on film.
But thankfully, we did win that game. And
yeah, it would have been a sour end of the night.
Able to throw the first pitch out thanks to 50,000 credit card miles from Bank of America.
Shout out to the golfer that threw it behind the
And
mound.
that was Tom Watson.
I don't remember his name.
Tom Watson.
I got
Shared
to
an
be good
elevator
friends
with Tom
his
Watson.
kids during the game.
But we got 4 tickets to the game.
dude went behind
and to
the
throw
mound.
out the first pitch.
Why'd he go behind the mound?
50,000. It was good.
I went in front of the mound like a normal person, but he went behind the mound and was like, I'm going to throw it farther. And it wasn't a strike. Granted, mine is up for some controversy as if it was a strike or not. I think it was a strike.
I think it was the Fanatic. The Fanatic has a large strike zone. He has a large strike zone.
I said it would have been a strike to Jordan Zimmerman. I meant Ryan Zimmerman. Jordan Zimmerman is a pitcher. He plays for the Tigers, but he doesn't bat because he's in the AL. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, no news on the Fanatic other than it's just, I think there's a hearing date coming up relatively soon. At the end of the day, I think enough money will be transferred between the two that they'll get it back to the old Fanatic. But what a farce that they both let it get to this point. Disappointed in both sides. Again, I'd like to know what Erickson and they are looking for, how much money and how much the Phillies offered, so I can really determine
and how much can we raise.
So I can really determine who's to blame for this.
Can we start a fundraiser to give the Phillies the money to give to them? I'll pay.
Who knows?
I'll give them the money straight up.
Let's go Flyers this week.
Yeah.